We're going to go to the sixth race. 6.5 furlongs. Maiden claimers 3 and up. $12,500. I haven't been mentioning many scratches. Of course, there are not many scratches on the card today. We've had 2 so far only, so it's a pretty clean day. I went with the 2 Grade Day Lover, and guess what? So did you. What's going on here?
And this is a really, 8 to 5 morning line, and I don't like this horse 8 to 5-ish. He's got some form. This is largely a formless race, so it's kind of like a default pick. And to take an 8 to 5, I would hope to get a little bit more, or maybe I'll start looking elsewhere.
Yeah, he's stretching out to 6.5 furlongs, what makes this horse look a little better to me. Grade Day Lover, but on paper, absolutely the one to beat. I went with the 6 and second swipe, returning back a half furlong, returned from a layoff to finish distant third. That was against $10,000 state bred maidens, going 7/8 of a mile. Sort of fits with this level of competition. I know you had it on the ticket.
I have him third. I used Mr. Kitten. This is just like one of the, like I say, it's a pretty formless race, and I'm thinking, he's a kitten's joy. How bad can he be? Sooner or later, he's got to jump up and run a race.
Well, here's one that I didn't know what to do with. I threw it on my ticket. Now it's Mecro Lion. Plummets from maiden special weight competition here in March. Now comes back for new trainer Rowan Dixon at the $12,500 level. If there was ever a red flag to be flying, but you never know, this horse dropping down if he's doing good. This is the race where you got to watch the board too. You'll know if this horse is well meant today.
More red flags today than a May Day parade.
Let's go to our 7th race this afternoon. We're back on the firm turf course, 1 mile, maiden fillies and mares 3 and up, claiming $25,000 maiden claimers. I went with 8, 1, and 5. Tom went with 1, 8, and 5. So let Tom talk about finally we're a little different.
Yeah, well, I went, again, this is another good Chicago barn. David Cassidy's been winning races. He sent out 6 horses, first to second 5 times. He's dropping in half. That's all I really needed here. He gets Edgar Prado, gets the rail. What more do you how many things do you need?
Well, I'm going with Indian Chase, who's debuting locally for Timmy Hills after hitting the board of 3 of 6 maiden turf races up at Monmouth Park. However, she's been the beaten favorite in 4 consecutive races, so maybe the change in scenery will cure that chalk burning.
That's exactly the reason why I put her second. My initial inclination put him on top, but then I said, this is a horse that doesn't win a lot. So I took a shot, and maybe I'm hoping to get a little bit better than 3 to 1 on Ruby on my mind.
And number 5, MZ Dancer, is stepping up after rallying to finish second. That was against $12,500 maidens going a mile in the 16th, right on this course.
Yeah, this is another one, 5 for 7 in the money, but can't get ahead in front.
Yeah, so maybe you're right with the Ruby on my mind. Indian Chaser, maybe we'll cure that case of second and third itis. Let's go to our 8th race, 1 mile, allowance optional claimer, 2-year-old, $75,000. This is a nice race. We're going to go show you back one of the 2 horses in this race for Todd Pletcher, and it's not the one that everybody's going to be favored. It's the other one in here, and this is back on September 21st. G5 draws off at the 8th pole and wins by multiple lengths in here, and I'll tell you why I like this horse today. I don't know if it can beat the other Pletcher, but you'll see this horse just flying and going on, and like I say, not this level of competition in this race, but just an impressive performance to draw off to win it by that many lengths. But in that race, this horse beat 2 next out winners, Tommy. One of them being Cool Union Ma'am and the other one being JoJo Cool. So anybody named Cool, this horse could beat.
And it's the other Pletcher.
Right. And
the 4 is going to be probably the shortest price all day.
Oh, without a doubt. And look how nice this horse wins if you're watching it.
When you got 2 like that, and especially it's a Pletcher here, a Baffert on the West Coast, you got to throw the other one in. But while Zambezi deservedly will be, he should be like 2 to 5, maybe even lower than that.
Yeah, he just finished second not just back on August 31st, finished second in the $100,000 sapling at Monmouth Park.
And that was a good horse who beat him.
And Pletcher and Edgard's Eisen, a good horse that beat him. So that but I just wanted to go back and show you how nicely this horse won, and 2 of the horses that come out, the second and third finishers, both come back to win their next start.
Yeah, that was for a quarter. This is for optional 75, and you got Wild Zambezi's. You're not going to see him in for a tag anytime soon. I think he just outclassed him. But again, the other Pletcher, got to use him.
Yeah, and you also have the 6 on your ticket, Lucky Delfino.
because you had to make a third pick. I
Well,
think it's the two pledges.
Well, I went with the 5 Hero of Humor, making his first starts and breaking his maiden in that maiden special weight company at Churchill Downs on September 13th. Gennady Dorochenko, the trainer, and he's got journeyman Eddie Martin Jr. riding. He brought him down
we
to
haven't
ride
seen
on his
him
own.
in a while.
Haven't
yeah.
seen him. He numerous riding
But
times.
Eddie Martin used to ride at the fairgrounds, probably still does,
Right.
and Dorochenko was based there, so there's probably a little bit of a familiarity at least.
Yeah, but you think it's just the two pledges, huh?
I think it's the one pledger, and the other one I'm using because there are two pledges.
The 9th race today, 7.5 furlongs on the turf. Claim is 3 and up. Non-winners of 3 races in life, $6,250. Scratch the 2, Count Chandor. I went with the 7 in here, Yankee Kitten, and I'll tell you why. This one's dropping to the $6,250 3 lifetime level after returning from a 7-week freshening to finish 5th, beating only 3.5 lengths. That was against $10,000 3 lifetime types. You got Wesley Ward, Edgar Zayas. I used the 6 Beantown Skipper in second. You used the 6.
I used the 6 on top. Third in his only turf. Moved up a little off that, so they like that race, obviously. It came off the turf, back to where he belongs, actually a little bit lower than where he belongs. I saw the Yankee Kitten. I'm just trying to beat him.
Yeah.
Look.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch here, but you can see the Yankee Beantown Skipper. We got a Boston Yankee rivalry, you think?
Sure, that's right. Beantown and Yankee. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of baseball.
I always root for Beantown over the Yankees.
There you go. So that's another reason he's got Beantown Skipper on top. Yankee Kitten 7. I'm not a Yankee fan either, so just let it be known. 9 Wild Kiss is the 3rd horse I use, and same for Tom. Stalking type, who should be able to grab a share against this caliber competition. 4th last time out. Looks like a logical horse to be up there. Don't forget,
best of the rest.
We got exacta, trifecta, superfecta wagering in all those races. So, these type of horses that you got to put on your ticket. And if you've noticed over the last few days, or since we've been here, 3rd and 4th horses are some pretty high-priced horses, and they've made the exotic wages pay very well.
Well, sometimes the ones who are at better form in the race, they'll go up and challenge for the lead, and then they'll expend themselves. And, when it just hung in the back and comes on, picks up the pieces.
Well, we're going to go to our 10th and final race. It's a mile, 70 yards. Claim is 3 and up, $6,250. And we want to go back and show you a race from October 8th, and it's the stretch run of Facundo in that race. The 2 today, the 10 that day, I believe, just running really good, 5-2. And hard-fought neck. He scores by a hard-fought neck in this race, but I thought it was a game performance. It was his second consecutive conditioned claiming victory in a row, and that means a condition of 2 lifetime or 3 lifetime. Now going against Open Company for the first time, ran through its conditions. Did you use the 2 Facundo on top of your ticket?
Yeah, you have to. It's Calabrese too.
You'll see.
I mean, when they get good, they generally stay good for a while. But if he runs that race again, he'll be tough to beat. In my mind, he's got one horse to beat, the 6. That's Aragvi. Also coming off a win, but his win was an Open Company.
Yeah, that's what the point I wanted to make. Boy, I hope you have a good day today, because if
we're both
do.
going to have a good day. Look at those numbers up there again.
The 4 Revere's ride moved to the Marcus Vitale Bond via the claim after coming up empty against Similar last out. The Bond, he's been doing great, 22% with new claims. Stretch out to a mile, 70 yards. 4-time winner at Gulfstream Park West. 20 starts, 4 wins, a second, 7 thirds or something like that. So, of course, likes the local surroundings in here. Now, before we, that's the 10 races today, but before we let you go, want to know who's your top pick today and who you picking in the Classic?
The Classic, I'm Shared Belief all the way.
All the way?
Yeah, and today the top pick, I don't even, it's almost embarrassing. The top pick, Golden Sense is the best bet of the 2 days.
Yeah.
But I wrote in Horse Race Insider today.
Right.
You can play around them. It's amazing at the Breeders' Cup because there's so many horses and it's so hard to throw out horses that you can get a price. Like last year, pick 3 with Groupie Doll, Misdirection, and a Baffert horse that a second the other Baffert horse paid $279 for $1. So what I'm hoping is I'm going to key Golden Sense and I'm going to go around the Euros in the 2 turf races, and in the last race I have a good feeling on Don't Tell Sophia.
Don't Tell Sophia. So there you go. That's Tommy's picks. Check out HorseRaceInsider.com, right?
HorseRaceInsider.com.
He's got his selections up there, and if you're not aware, you can bet the Breeders' Cup Friday and Saturday, both here at Gulfstream Park. Park West, and across town at Gulfstream Park. And if you buy a seat or a program, you get a hat from a Breeders' Cup hat. They're really nice. We'll be showing you that throughout the day. And you buy a seat here at Gulfstream Park West, and across town they have all different things
Also,
going on.
Even if you don't have HRTV or TVG, you'll be able to see the Breeders' Cup. It's on NBC Sports 1 or NBC, whatever the cable network is. It's on today and then all day tomorrow. So you don't need the racing channels. And if you got an account, you can sit home, watch it, and bet there.
One other thing we want to remind you, you can come here today, right at Gulfstream Park West, and bet Saturday's races. So if you got plans for tomorrow to watch football or something, you can still come here today and bet Saturday's races. That's Breeders' Cup races right here at Gulfstream Park West today, and everything we tell you about the Gulfstream Park West is the same over our simulcast.
It's like an annex.
Yeah, it's an annex. This is the annex. That's the main track, but whatever way you want to do it. Tom Jick, Ron Nicoletti. Good luck, everybody.